Okay, so that's kind of better. See? Okay. So I'm kind of just, I'm still putting on a little bit more because there's some darker spots and I kind of want everything to be the same color. So I have an even base to work with. So I don't know if you can see that, but I'm pretty much like one white kind of color. Look kind of scary. So I have two palettes. This is my original palette and I just showed you the shimmer one. The original palette has all the same colors as the original for the most part, except that this one's just a matte. It doesn't have any shimmer. There are just a few that have a little bit of shimmer, but nothing compared to the other ones. Okay, so I have all my brushes here. Now I'm going to take kind of like a flat brush. If I can find my flat brush. Yeah, kind of like this. You can see it. It's not that. This is the width. This is the front, the side. Yeah. And I'm going to take a color that's a little darker than my skin tone. And this one's kind of grayish, but I'm going to use it anyway. It's this one right here. It has like a grayish brown tint to it. I'm going to load that on my brush. Like that. And I'm going to put it from basically in my lid and up my crease. So, there's my lid. See, I'm going in. And then I'm just going to do a little bit more on the brush. And go up, like in big sweeps. Up my lid. Not all the way up to here. I was just blending it out up there. But just like right about there is where I'm going up to. So I'm just going to blend it in. And on this side too. And sometimes when you're going and you're doing the crease and above, it's easier to go out and in than in and out because you want it to fade into the crease, not out, if that makes sense. So it's like my eyes kind of look like I'm a zombie and I'm dead. But that's okay. Then I'm going to take a color that's a little bit darker than the color that I just put on. So I'm probably just going to, here's my palette, and I'll probably use a mixture of this one and this one. These two, that one, and that one. And I'm not going to be as generous with going out. I'm going to put the first color I have, which is like a brown. I'm going to put that on my lid a little bit and kind of just like within the crease, like the actual crease. Like if I were to look up, you see that line right there? That's your crease. And I'm going to put it going in this way. And just blend it. You're just basically gradually getting darker. Then I'm going to take a different brush, like a smaller kind of brush. So like this. And I'm going to take a darker brown, and I'm only going to put that on my lid. So on my palette, I'm using a color like this. And I'll show you the difference with one eye. like, I just tap off the extra with my finger. And so right now that kind of looks scary, but I'm gonna blend it. It's okay if it's like not exactly on the line of your crease, but you want to be as like restricted with your hand as you possibly can. Like, don't be too free with it. Like you see right here, I have too much here, so I'm gonna clean that up later, but you see the difference between this eye and this eye. It's starting to get smokier, and you see how I gradually am going in like that. Okay, and now I'm gonna do the same with the other eye. Oops, kind of twisted my brush too much. And you want to get the same shape going out. And then I have a big brush like this. It's basically like a big block. And the top is like that. And I'm just going to blend it. You just want to brush with nothing on it to blend it out. So since you gradually started getting darker, it has like a nice gradient. And if you want, sometimes like eyeshadow falls down here, you could take that same sponge and basically clean up the sides and stuff, and that looks better. So right now I have all the smokiness on top but nothing on the bottom, and basically I'm gonna have you take something called a pencil brush, if I can find it. This is the only MAC brush I have, and it looks like a pencil. And I'm gonna have you take that same brown that you just did the smoky with, take a little bit, tap off the excess so it's like that. And then you're gonna take it and you're gonna put it right along there. You see the difference, how there's not too much, just like a subtle shadow. Make sure they're even. You don't want to put too much because that's not going to be the only thing that's going to contribute to like the smoky effect. So then I'm going to take that same brush I put the brown on, and I'm going to, since it's a flat brush, you can't really see it here, but that's the front and that's the side. There we go. I'm going to take the edges of it, and I'm going to dip it in a little bit of the black, tap off the excess. You really don't want to use too much of this because then it'll overdo it. I'm just gonna wait. I just need to finish blending this because it didn't blend too well. This look needs a lot of blending, so the more, the better. And I'm gonna go right at my lash line, like literally at my lash line. I'm touching my eyelashes right now. And I'm just gonna pat a little bit on, as if you're putting on like a thick eyeliner with eyeshadow. And I'm working my way out to the inside. Now this part you might really want to be sure that you're doing a good job. Don't be too sloppy with it. Oop, I just got in my eye. I'm going to tear. You see? So this is going to intensify how smoky it looks. And I just washed my face, and usually when I do my makeup after washing my face or anything, I have like a damp washcloth or damp paper towel or something that I can slightly, I'm gonna close my eye a little bit for this, but something I can slightly dampen a brush with. But for now, I'm just going to blend that up. You see, with me, I tear a lot, so it's really hard to keep this look without totally drenching it in water from my tears. Okay, so I just blended that. So I don't know if you can see that, but that really didn't help. But yeah, it kind of gradually gets darker as I go up. Now I have this brush, and it's an e.l.f. brush. I got it from Target, and this is just a really short kind of brush. And now I'm going to open up my shimmer palette, and this is where you can change out your color. Like, this is where I did the purple or the gold, and for you, since you have a black dress in silver, I feel like the turquoise would look really nice. I'm going to wet my brush a little bit. I have some I have a little bit of water here that I can use. Just getting rid of all the purple I used, which is quite a lot, the purple and the gold. Still on this brush. So it's kind of like wet now. I can like pretty much mold it into whatever shape I want it to be. But you don't want to drench it, you just want it wet enough so it can, because if you drench it, it's not going to pick up the pigment, it's just going to slip and slide everywhere. But if you wet it enough to where it's damp, or a little bit more than damp, then you can, it's like all over the place right now. I think I wet it a little too much, so I'm just going to play with it so it dries up a little bit. But you want it to, these sparkle pigments aren't going to pick up if it's just dry, and it's not going to come out smooth. So that's why I wet it. I'm just loading some turquoise on. And I'm just going to put it in on my lid, on top of all that black and everything. And you just pat it on. And you want to put a decent amount, because this is the most color. And this is what kind of completes the look. But not too much where you don't see what's underneath. Well, actually, that's a lie. Like, not too much where you completely coat what's underneath, but enough to where you want to go all the way down to your lid. You see, and then this is good since it's wet. It kind of molds to the shape of your eye when you put it on. I go a little higher than my crease, like a tiny bit. Just right above the line. Then I'm going to take, where's my, now I didn't put any foundation on, I just want to make sure you know that. I didn't put any of that on yet. So right now I have the blue, and I just want to kind of smooth out the edges. So I'm going to blend that so it looks nice and smooth, because that's the only way your look is going to look like really professional. But now it looks like the smoky's kind of gone. So I'm going to just do the other side of the blue, and then I'll come back so I'll be able to send this to you.